You know, I'm the furthest thing from a fearmonger, but right now, we need to be getting ready as quickly and quietly as we can. Howdy, folks. We need to have a chat. We need to have a serious chat. I'm not using any type of assistance with this. I wrote down a few notes, just a few. I didn't have AI outline it or anything like that. This is just you and I. So, I want to talk about a few things. First off, I want to expand upon some stuff that Angry Prepper had said in a video earlier. He made a video talking about the Ring cameras, and I just wanted to add to what he had to say. He was talking about new like facial recognition capabilities and whatnot, and I just wanted to add to that. We had a Google Home Nest doorbell camera that was given to me. Neighbor wanted theirs replaced with a different one. This one was acting up, and this one had it had gotten moist on the inside, and it caused issues. But I got it dried out, and it seems to work fine. But we've had it for a while. I don't pay for the subscription, the Google Home or Google Nest or whatever the hell subscription it is. I wouldn't do that anyway. But I wanted to add to that one of the options, if you do have a subscription, is facial recognition, and it's been that way. I don't know exactly how long I've had that thing up there. Maybe not quite a year, but working on it, and that's just a guess. But if I had the paid service, the paid subscription or whatever, it would identify my friends and stuff and could let me know, where their friends at the door or whatever. So, kind of interesting tidbit there. And that's been ever since that I've had this. So, I also want to continue on his thought that Ring cameras is a bad idea. I would personally say that about any type of systems like that, whether it be Blink. I think Blink's the name of one. Ring, Simply Safe. I would be hesitant on any of those. What do I recommend? I recommend NVR system, a dedicated NVR system. They're not that expensive, and they're not that hard to install. It's, in my opinion, the better way to go for a multitude of reasons, okay? Now, there's all these cool little fancy bells and whistles that you may not have, but you need to ask yourself, do you really want it? Or do you just need something that you know is going to record? Right? My cameras record 24/7. 24/7. They don't do anything special. They just record. They just document. All you need them to do. I do want to address one thing that he had to say in his video. He had wondered why anybody would have cameras on the inside of their house. Well, I don't use like Ring cameras or Blink cameras or Simply Safe or anything like that, nor would I. But I do use cameras inside the home as well. And for the same reason I use cameras outside the home. It's to protect me. To protect me. I mean, there are crazy things that happen. And while nobody plans for crazy things to happen to them, Sometimes it does. And so, in my opinion, I'm not saying put them in in bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff like that, but living spaces, absolutely, absolutely. Why not? Why not? If you have an issue inside your home, let's say somebody barrels under your door, right? So yeah, you've got cameras that caught them going in, but what about what happens after they get in? Your outdoor cameras can't show you that. So, to me, not having inside cameras is missing part of the context. A big part of the context. That's just my opinion on it. Take it or leave it. But now I want to talk to you about something else. And I want to fully admit that I had made some claims that have not panned out. That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, though. I had said that you'll never see the Epstein files. I've on record said that many times. And I've also backed it up by saying, because it would just wreak havoc on nations, governments around the world. Well, I was wrong. And while there are huge and heavy redactions, and while it's true you'll never see everything, you won't come close to seeing everything. That's true. I'm sure of that. But far more has come out thus far than I ever imagined would. And I gotta admit to that. But things are looking a little crazy. Some of that is playing into it. Right now, there's not a whole lot of cheering going on by anybody that I see. You have your dedicated cheerleaders still cheerleading. Okay. But there's been a lot more quiet. And I think people are sitting back and reassessing. Pam Bondi's testimony was catastrophic. Catastrophic. She literally ridiculed someone for asking about Epstein stuff at a hearing that was about Epstein stuff, and then continued to berate him and tell him that they should all be talking about the stock market. And I know you've probably heard this a dozen or more times by now. That is mind-blowing. So, regardless of whether or not there'll be any indictments or anything that comes from this, there's going to be a lot of debris. I don't know, and neither do you or anybody else, what the full impact of all of this will be, or what people's reactions may be. We are living in some pretty crazy times. And everything I discussed, for the most part, was all domestic. It's not even touching the surface of the international issues. Iran being a big, big one. So, keep an eye on things. And while I don't fearmonger, I don't believe in fearmongering, I'm going to tell you straight up. Do what you can while you can. Especially learn what you can while you can. I think time's getting a bit limited. Use it wisely. In as many ways as you can. What's it going to look like on the other side of whatever the hell it is that happens? I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you this. There is one hell of a surveillance state being put in place right now. And I mean, it's big. And you need to be aware of that. You need to be well aware of that. These data centers, I was just shown a bill today that apparently, I guess it's a bill, about basically wanting to block people from trying to stop the data centers from being put in their towns or their counties. I think it's a state bill that would prevent people, towns or counties or whatever, from blocking the data centers. That's insane, folks. So stay alert. And like I said, quietly, quickly, get as prepared as you can. Intellectually as well. Do not forget that. Do not forget spiritually. That is the most important. I don't think it's super long till game time. I'm not quite sure how that's going to look, but I know we better damn well be prepared for it. Hope you have a good day. If you've got any questions, if you're new to prepping, if you've got any questions, comments are down below. Be happy to help anybody that I can. Hope you have a good day. Shalom.